Oh shoot, you recorded me saying that?
I think you missed
I'm not 100% sure. If you really want, I'll cut it. Yes, is this live right now? Can I close this window and only use this one? All right. All right, let's just start now.
These Danny and Taub guys don't know what we're doing. Oh wait, we're recording.
You almost foiled our plan, bro. How do I know if people are like in the waiting room?
Check the waiting room.
How do I check the waiting room?
I think it'll pop up if they're in the waiting room.
Oh, it's already 10:50. So I only have 9 minutes to get to bed. Let me brush my teeth.
All right, we're starting. All right. You guys see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, bang. Playoff scenarios. Actually, should I edit it? Because there were some mistakes the first time. No, whatever. Screw it. We'll do it raw. Bang. Okay. So your current standings: Kurtz, Goldie, Vic, Mesh, Matt, Madelon, and then Max, Ovi, and Ted. The points over here, not accurate, but they don't really matter because Ovi has a crazy amount of points no matter what. Kurtz and Max have the tie break, which is better than a points for tie break. And then you got Goldstein has that one win ahead of Vic, but Vic has the 100 points that could get important later. And then you have a tight race between Morris, Madelon, and Ted when it comes to points, which is going to be evident later. Nice. Your matchups for next week, you got Kurtz versus Goldie, Vic versus Matt, Ovi versus Mesh, and then Ted versus Max is a very sneaky, very important game for the playoff scenarios. You guys are going to see. You guys don't have to be on mute, by the way, but whatever you want. So scenario one, someone gets kicked out mid-season, and as you could tell, unlike last year, this is already seeming like a very accurate presentation.
Wait, so far it's.
I don't know what you said.
I'm brushing my. I'll talk after.
Okay, so yeah, not a very formal item. Next, wait, maybe I'm not on the waiting room. I'm just gonna disable the waiting room. See what happens. Okay, scenario 2 and 3. Scenario 2 and 3, as you see, we got Goldstein winning, and for the next couple of scenarios, we're gonna do Goldstein winning because that's how I organized it. You got Goldstein winning. You have Vic loses or Madelon wins. And then Morris Asher wins. And then over here on the bottom, you see a little formula. That means that Mesh has more points. That Mesh has 40 more points than Vic, at least. It's really 35, but sometimes it's 40, sometimes 35. The PowerPoint was really whack. This implies that Morris Asher gets the 3 seed. So pretty impressive stuff. Morris Asher 3 seed. And because in this situation, you might want it because he'd rather not play Victor or Madelon, and rather the Ted Max in the 6th seed. And that matchup is going to just decide who's going to be in the 6th seed because those guys are both fighting for their 7th win. And then if Morris wins, then Ovi has 6 wins and he's not going to make it. So yeah, so Morris Asher with the 3 seed, very tasty. Next, same scenario, except that Morris Asher does not close the gap points-wise before Vic. So now Vic gets the 3 seed. Morris bounces down to 4. Madelon's in with 7 wins. And then Ted versus Max for the 7th win. 16 with the 7th win. Bang. That's 4 and 5. Now we go to scenario 6. Goldstein wins. Again, he's very good. Vic wins. Morris wins. Max wins. And that's it. This is your playoffs. So you got these 4. If this matchups happen and all these teams win, you're not going to have any tie breaks. Because Teddy and Ovi are going to be out of the playoffs with 6, and then Max has his tie break, and then Kurtz also has the tie break, and then the Vic and Mesh. I think since Vic won, he has the wins over Mesh. So bang, that's scenario 6, and then scenario 7. Scenario 7, we have same thing except instead of Max, Ted wins. And then this would be the case if Morris Madelon and Teddy, like you can see, we go back and forth. It's whoever has the more points. Teddy has an 80-point advantage right now. I think it's like 90.
Hey, Jack.
Actually, I think it's 40. Yeah.
The first thing I wanted to say was I think so far it's very accurate because someone did get thrown out of the league.
Yeah, I know, right? And
The
the math doesn't
mid-season.
lie. Math doesn't lie.
Math doesn't lie. Numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't
And
lie.
then what the tie? I had a question, Jack.
Okay.
The tiebreaker goes by points and then head to head.
The tiebreak first. No, I don't know, honestly. I think there's no way you're going to have the same amount of points as someone else, which is obviously not true because of Max in week 1. But if that does happen, I'd be very, very blundered. Think about it. I mean, we're talking about 2,000 points on the scale of 2 decimals.
If you move to the right, Larry Fitz joins the Steve Aoki picture.
So I try to find it.
Your other right. Your other right.
So if I get oh, that's money. That should be in the recap.
Yeah, it is. It should be in the recap.
We get a nice screenshot of that going later. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, nice. And then we saw this. Oh, this is a fun one. Yeah. So Ted and Morris Madelon fighting for the 5-6. Whoever gets to play Vic or Mesh, I mean, you don't want to play either of those guys, so it doesn't really matter. Next, Goldstein wins again. Morris Madelon wins, and Ovi wins. We finally see Ovi in the playoffs, first time in scenario 9. And Max wins. So here, there's no points, tie breaks. It's just clean winnage. Yeah.
Gotta love some good
Clean winnage is the best type of winnage. Next, we've got the first points battle for the final spot. Morris Asher has a 50-point advantage over Teddy. That'll put him in the 6. And this will only happen if Ted wins and Mesh loses. And then you have that final battle. And you're going to see this battle a couple more times, but it is a points battle. So even if Morris, you lose, you can still get in if you just outscore Teddy.
by 50.
No, by less than 50. Teddy has to outscore you by 50.
Right. That's what I meant.
Yeah. It might not be right, honestly. I don't know. It's too late.
No, it's right. I saw that scenario.
Yeah, but if Ted loses, then he's only has 6 wins.
If Ted
Max,
wins,
oh, because
if Ted
Max
wins-
loses instead of, I used weird language. I did that on purpose because I wanted to confuse everyone in case, I actually am wrong. You probably wouldn't know. But I used weird language and I confused myself. Next, Goldstein wins, Vic wins, Ovi wins, Ted wins, and now you have 2 spots, 3 players, with Morris Escher has the 50-point advantage over Ted, who has a 40-point advantage over Morris Madelon. And only 2 of those guys can get in, and there's 3 spots, and all have 7 wins, and it's getting crazy. Crazy. Ovi,
wait, so that's
Yeah.
Teddy threads the needle.
Teddy's threading the needle right now. Morris Madelon is somewhere in that. He's at the end of the needle.
Yeah. Okay.
And you're in the beginning of the needle. And Ted's the thread. Very nice. Scenario 16, finally Kurtz wins. He was on a pretty crazy losing streak right there. But now we have a weird situation where we're battling for the 5 seed.
Hey, Jack.
Yeah,
How many scenarios are there?
30.
Oh, we're only halfway through this thing.
Yeah.
All right. I think it's my bedtime. I'm gonna watch I'm definitely gonna watch the rest of the scenarios tomorrow.
All right, fine. So that means Max has to ask questions.
Max,
Fine.
you're gonna have to go off mute and ask us all the important questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, for example, the Max, a glaring question here should be like, Jack, why did you suddenly switch the colors from blue and whatever
The
and orange to green
That's
and
a
orange?
great question, Max, because orange indicates a wins battle. So Ted versus Max are fighting for that 7th win to get them in.
And
But
blue is
blue is a
points
points
battle.
battle.
Got it.
So Max,
Also,
keep asking these questions.
I've only seen one scenario where Madelon does not make the playoffs. I feel like there's more.
The good thing is, Max, we're only
no,
halfway through. the
actually,
scenario.
there's not.
Only halfway
Madelon,
done.
no, it's actually not true. Right now, the 3 people clinch playoffs. Mars Asher has the most scenarios to clinch, and Mars Madelon is the second most. And then I think you and Ovi are tied for 8 because you're both
Mine
winning.
is just winning in, yeah.
We're gonna get to that later, so don't spoil it. And then Teddy has a bunch of things that has to happen. But Madelon has a win over all you guys, so it's really not that.
I really should have won week 1, but
Go back to
whatever.
the standings.
Madelon doesn't have
No.
to win over me.
Look, see, Madelon has a win over you and Ovi
Yeah, and Ted.
and Ted. So that puts him up there.
Yeah,
But because
fair.
of the points, Mars Asher is more likely to make it. And because of the matchup.
Right, Madelon out really needs me
Because-
and Ovi to win and him to lose.
We're
Oh my
gonna go through that. Actually, I forgot to put Madelon in the. I have individual
One
playoff
second.
scenarios.
Pause talking. There's a cat going wild in my backyard.
Cool.
All right,
What's his
Jack,
name?
go to 17.
His name is Derrick Henry. Go to 17. 16 or 17?
Same thing.
Okay, we're gonna go to 18. We did this one already.
Yeah, we
Yes.
did this one.
Okay. 18. We have Kurtz win, Madelon win, Mars Asher win. Sometimes there's arrows. That was just like a mistake. The arrows, I don't know why I did them. And then we have the Mesh Vic fighting for the 3rd place again. So we have a double fight. We have the points fight, Mesh versus Vic. And then we have the wins fight, Ted versus Max. And over here, you see the opposite. So here, Vic fades Mesh because right now Victor has the points advantage and he gets the 3. And then over here, Mesh gets the 3. And they get to play the winner of this not so talented matchup. You know, I wouldn't want to play Madelon, but that's just me. What do I have to say? Next scenario 22. Kurtz wins, Madelon wins, Ovi wins. He's in the playoffs again, but now he's in the 6. Last time he was in the 5. And then Max wins. Max jumps over Ovi because he has the tie break, and the points tie break doesn't matter. But now Ovi's sitting in 6 with 2,000 points. And Mars Asher is not in the playoffs right now. Well, crazy stuff. So yeah, Mars got to win. But if he doesn't win, you got to make sure these 2 clowns lose. Next, we have another double points battle. 2 spots, 3 things. It's the same thing. I think just Kurtz, Vic, and Goldie were moved around in this situation. So there we got scenarios 23 to 26, even though it's really 6 scenarios because, you know, there's 3 scenarios. If we don't count ordering at 5 and 6.
So
If we do
you're
it,
saying
then
there's either 3 or 6 scenarios, and on your sheet here it says 4 scenarios.
23, 24, 25, and 26. Yeah, I counted. I remember there was a reason I did that. It was because 2 of the scenarios are so unlikely. Like it's that the absolute order of this reverses, which is that Mars, where there's Madelon. You guys are all in different matchups, so they're all technically possible. But Madelon outscores all of you, but you still get outscored by Ted, or that Madelon outscores all of you, and then Ted.
So you're saying there's a scenario that will
Madelon
definitely
jumps
not
over both of you while you guys don't swap places. Like you guys have normal weeks, but Madelon puts up.
Madelon's gonna have to make up 90 points on you,
So
which
Jack,
is
you're
gonna
telling
be
me this.
retarded if he does.
Yeah, so
Jack,
I didn't
you're telling
count
me there's a
those.
scenario. You're telling me there's a scenario that definitely will not happen this year.
There's a scenario that definitely will not happen this year is that Madelon will score 90 on the field. Okay, it's not gonna happen. He's missing. I don't know who he's missing. He doesn't have Jalen Hurts this week.
Oh boy, I'm sure it definitely will not happen now.
He's gonna score 90 on the field.
Scoring
Okay.
90 on the field and overtaking is impossible on the regular week.
And that only matters if Victor and Ovi win. So Victor has to win, but Madelon still scores 90 on the field.
It's
That
nearly
means-
impossible.
Yeah,
so it's good
Madelon
you didn't
scores
put it in
90
the
on the
scenario.
field
Need to
and
score
he
90.
loses.
He doesn't need to score 90 on the field. He needs to score 90 on the field, which is you and Ted.
Right,
No,
it's
but
pretty
you-
unlikely.
Hello,
So I'm
you
very.
have to score 90 on the field and still lose.
Yeah.
It's quite unlikely. So I'm happy you left it out because it definitely will not happen now.
Well, there's another one where we talk about it. Here Madelon doesn't have enough wins, And because Max won, he gets that last spot. So you two are fighting for it. Because you both have, actually, Madeline's also here. He's also on the bottom. I guess I forgot to include him, but yeah. If he jumps both of you, he could steal the 6.
But that will definitely not happen. 'Cause
Wait.
we definitely did not talk about it.
I definitely did
There's
not
a
talk
spot
about
I
it.
can move up to the 4.
Yeah, Max could get 4.
Wild.
Because you have a tiebreak over Olvi. And Teddy and Mash both lose, who you're tied with in wins.
Oh,
But you
yeah,
won.
but I have a tie break, right?
Because you
Wow.
have the tiebreak, and you have the tiebreak over Ovi, even though he has like 4 billion points.
I'm light down for that, but I'm not down to play Ovi.
No, you do not want to play Ovi. You'd much rather play Victor in the 3. You have the
Yes.
6, Victor in the 3.
JT is no business.
JT, you don't want JT. But Derrick Henry might come back soon. You never know. But he's probably not.
JT off a bye next.
Yeah, JT off of an extra week. He's putting up 50 next week.
It's gonna
This is
be.
why I
It's
have
gonna
to
be
take him
wild.
down.
It's gonna be wild. Okay.
I could eliminate
now,
this Taylor
we're up to the
character.
last
from
page of scenarios. This is again another points battle. Teddy still wins, but he could still not make playoffs because he has to beat Mesh. But Mesh has a 50-point advantage. But Madeline here, he already won, so he's fine. He doesn't need to jump anyone by 90 points. So we got another points battle to finish it up, and then very nice. And now we're gonna plot all the matchups on one slide to save time because we know you guys don't like slides. And there we go. These are all the possible matchups. Very nice.
Oh, I can see that.
Just pause the video. Next, we're gonna do personal playoff clinching scenarios. So Kurtz clinches playoffs or first round bye with either a fat W or a fat L.
What
Or
does
a
this
fat
mean,
T.
Zach?
Yeah,
If
this
Kurtz
needs
has fat
explanation.
W's or fat L's, he makes the first round bye.
So what?
Fat W or fat L.
What am I? I'm supposed to choose one?
No, I think that means he
Either one
automatically
can happen.
already clinched the first round bye.
Is this a poll?
No, I think it just means he automatically clinched the first round bye no matter what happens.
So why? What is a fat W or a fat L?
Just a fat W, man. I don't know how to explain it.
Why is it a fat L for other people? You're saying?
You can tell it's fat because it's in bold font.
I have no idea what's going on right now.
Okay, skip next.
Okay.
It's a waste of a slide and time.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's not gonna get simpler. Okay. Next.
Oh, it's not gonna get simpler. Guys. What is going on?
Don't worry about it. Okay.
Wait. Question. Would the
Yeah.
slides change if that slide was deleted from the PowerPoint? Would it change anything?
This slide.
That question. What is going on? What does this even mean?
If I deleted it, you wouldn't get to see the nice graphics.
What does the graphic mean here? What are the
It's
options?
very nice. I like it. This one has like flames and
No,
that one
no.
has flowers.
The designs are very, very nice.
Thank you.
However, what are they telling me here?
That if Kurtz gets either a fat W or a fat L, he clinches the first round bye.
Is this scenario 31 or is this?
No, this is all of the scenarios summarized, but instead using the perspective of a personal. So now if Kurtz is watching this video, he's gonna look at this slide. He's gonna be like, oh, okay, I either need a fat W or a fat L.
I think if
got
Chris is watching this video and he looks at the slide, he has no clue what's going on.
No,
Well,
now
well,
you
it's very
explained it.
nice that you guys brought it up. So now it's very nicely
I got it,
explained.
Jack. I think
Myers
for next
Madelon
year
did
when
not
you,
have any issues with this slide.
for next year when you turn to the fat L's or fat W's page, I would just use that sentence that you just said. And now we're going through a personal perspective of whether or not the scenarios. So instead of just putting this up and saying fat
Listen,
W
I'm
or
the math
fat L.
guy, okay? Now that I'm the math guy, I made the presentation. It's very self-explanatory, okay? Fat W, fat L. I don't know what's so hard.
Okay, I vote fat W.
Correct. It doesn't matter. He still makes first round bye. Okay, next. Goldstein clinches first round bye. He already clinched playoffs. He either needs a fat W or a fat L and a Victor L. So now he either wins fat W or if he doesn't win, which means he loses, but he also needs a Victor loss, and then he gets the first round bye.
I vote fat L
Not a
and
vote.
big L.
Victor clinches first round bye if he wins and Goldie loses. That's it.
Wait,
Easy
if
stuff.
he wins or if he gets a fat W?
Fat W.
Uh-huh.
Very fat. Fat W. And Goldstein loses. Max clinches playoffs with just a fat W. You could vote if you want.
I vote Fat W.
Okay, very nice. Next. This is supposed to say Ovi. It says Max. It's supposed to say Ovi. Ovi clinches playoffs with either a fat W or he trades CEH to me. It's the math doesn't lie. Very nice.
I vote. I withhold from this one.
Okay. But you know what? If he does trade CEH to me, he could get Derek Carr. Could be very nice.
So
Next.
Ovi's in with a dub.
Or he trades me CEH.
Right.
Okay. So if Ovi doesn't want
Wait,
to play this week,
Is it?
So if-
what's the?
What if he
What's
loses
the,
and trades CEH and he wins?
no matter what, if he trades CEH, he's making playoffs.
Wait, what
Okay.
if? What is the weight? What is the weight on this trade? Is it a fat trade or a?
No, it
Slim
seems like
trade.
a light trade.
It's a
He
light
didn't
trade.
write fat. Yeah.
CEH is not on his starting roster all year. It's a light trade.
So so it
CH
seems
is-
like a. Right, it's not in the fat font.
No, it's light.
No.
Okay, very nice.
Is it underweight or is it just like? Or is it
It's
just
light. It's light. Next.
Anorexia?
No, it's just light. See, that's fat. That's light.
It's underweight a little bit.
It has nothing to do with weight.
I think it's
Oh.
average weight. Like fair, but trending.
Like my niece
Trending
is
under
fat,
average.
but she's not overweight because she weighs like 20 pounds, but she's so fat. She's like this big. That has nothing to do with
Could
weight.
be-
Fat
She
is
could be
relative.
overweight for her size.
She could be. I'm not sure. She's definitely bigger than her sister because they're twins. So one of them has. It doesn't
Is
matter.
that-
Fat is relative.
Is that one of the scenarios? Is it
Is that one of the
fat,
scenarios? No.
fat twin or underweight twin?
No.
Oh, Teddy, I saw you just joined. So what's going on here is we're vote. Oh, Victor also joined. Let me just recap. We don't know what's going on.
Yo, what
Should we
is
start
going
over?
on?
We know what's going on up until scenario 30, and after that, it's been all downhill.
30? Jack, you went over 30 different scenarios?
Yeah,
This
should I
is
start
sick.
over?
Yeah, what's
bro,
going
the only
on here?
scenario that matters is me at the 2 seed with the bye. That's all I care about.
Okay, so
We
let's
didn't
do
get
that
to that
one
yet.
and then we'll
We didn't
skip
get to
all
that
of
Fine.
yet. No,
Okay.
no. Go
Okay,
to
right now,
Victor's.
Kurtz wins, Vic wins,
individual.
Mesh wins, Vic's at the 2 seed with the bye. You happy?
I know I'm going to get the 2 seed.
Okay,
Jack,
well,
just
there's only 4 scenarios where you get the 2 seed.
Zach, I would say go to scenario 30
Skip
and
to
then go to
Victor's
the next.
scenario.
Oh,
No,
wait,
go
no,
to
there's a
scenario
couple.
30. Go to
Scenario
scenario 30, and then
Okay.
go to the next slide. Like explain scenario 30 again, then just go to
30
the next slide.
scenarios? Oh my god.
Okay, the next slide is the total matchups, all possible matchups for next week. Okay, and we're gonna do it quick because we know you guys are busy.
Oh, I forgot about this one.
Very nice.
By the way,
Next.
I might have to lose my matchup on purpose if it comes down to it. We'll see.
You don't have any
What?
Monday night guys.
Oh, Vic, just look at all the scenarios and figure it out here.
I'm just
Vic,
gonna
if you
point
lose your
out.
matchup on purpose, I will make sure you're kicked out of the league.
Teddy, I don't need you in the playoffs. Last thing I need is playing you in the first round.
Vic, I will make sure you're out of the league.
Okay,
Hey,
we're gonna
Vic.
continue. Ready?
Is there
I'm
a
trading
scenario
Aaron
where
Jones
Ted
to whoever you
loses
play
and
in the
he's
first round, Victor.
What?
I'm trading Aaron Jones to whoever you play in the first round.
No, you
He's
just
not
have
my
to hope-
rival anymore. Now it's AJ Dillon.
You have to hope he's playing Kobe in the first round.
Wait, Jack, you skipped the slide.
Okay, we're gonna start over. Ready?
Okay.
Teddy,
Teddy,
pay attention.
here.
Tell me if this makes
Teddy.
sense. Current
Wait, by the way, let
Okay.
it be known from now, if I end up playing Teddy in the playoffs, I'm betting all my life savings on every Packers over prop that there is that week. Like, it's not even a question at that point. Free
okay.
money.
Do they play the Bears that week?
And can we
No,
give me the
that's this
same
week,
Brown
Max.
100
It's
receiving
two.
yards bucket? All right, ready? Ted, tell me if this makes sense. Kirch clinches playoff or first round bye with either a fat W or a fat L.
Doesn't
Hey,
make
man.
any sense.
We're not explaining
Thank
it
you.
again. Next slide. Goldstein clinches first round bye with either a fat W or a fat
Yeah, I
L.
don't
and
see
Victor
slides.
loses. I don't know why
Oh,
you
I
don't
see
see
it. I
slides.
see it.
Okay.
I see it.
Yeah, Vic. Anyway, the slides aren't doing
The most
much
important
else.
part, is the very nice graphics.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you. Okay, next. Victor clinches first round bye with a fat W and a Goldstein L.
Wait,
Are you
I
doing every scenario or
I
everyone
understand-
except for like the 6 that are gonna happen?
No,
No,
Jack.
he did
Oh,
every
there was
single
one
one.
scenario that we didn't consider.
You didn't consider it because it's
Okay,
definitely
so
not
let's
gonna
go
happen.
back.
Teddy.
So if we go to this scenarios 23 to 26. There's
Yeah.
really
See
2
it.
sub scenarios that should be
can't see it.
here.
Share the screen.
I am sharing the screen.
Oh, I'm looking at you. Okay,
I'm
I got
sorry.
it.
Okay. Nice. So if you look at this scenario, it says scenarios 23 to 26. That's 4 scenarios. But there are 2 sub scenarios of this scenario that are not on the slide. And
'Cause they
that is if
definitely won't
Mars
happen.
Madelon loses to Vic, but still puts up 90 more points than Mars and 50 more points than you. Then
Yeah,
he
that's
gets
not
5 seed.
happening.
But it's definitely not happening because Jack left
definitely
it out
not
of the
happening.
video.
Shoot,
to
Mars,
lose-
what do we do?
And outscore both of you guys by 90.
Yeah, it's definitely not gonna happen.
Definitely not going to happen.
I'm worried.
And Teddy wins. Teddy wins. Mars Madelon loses, but Mars Madelon still has 90 more points than Teddy.
It's such a slow chance of happening
Very low.
that you left it out.
It's
It's
not
not
gonna
even worth being in the video.
Okay, next.
Why?
And then we
Teddy.
have, this is the max clinches playoff scenario. It's just a fat W
I understand the fire for the W, but why is there grass for the L?
because it's nice. I thought it was
It's
nice.
nice, Max.
Because
Max, I don't think you
you're dead.
understand.
You know, 6 feet deep, 6 feet deep, shoveling the dirt.
I haven't understood the last 10 minutes, honestly.
Okay,
Max, I don't know what
You're
you
dead.
don't understand. It's you vote
An L is
fat
a dead.
W or Goldie L.
Yeah,
What do you
Goldie
vote,
L.
Max?
No, it's an end. It's not a vote.
Oh, so this one's not a vote.
no, this one's not a vote. This one could be a vote. Yeah, but
How?
this is a dictatorship vote. Max clinches playoffs, a fat W. OV
Yeah, but
clinches
you could
playoffs.
also-
What?
He could also clinch playoffs with an L and an OVL and a
No, no,
Madelon
Teddy.
L, no?
No, he
There's no
can't.
L's. There's only fat L's and
Yeah.
You want me to go
Fat
back?
L's
'Cause
and-
Max cannot clinch playoffs unless he wins. We go through every scenario. He cannot get in unless he wins.
as
Fat
seen in
L's
the
and-
summary, fat W.
Yes.
No, if Max has a fat L
Okay.
and then Ovi has a fat L,
Okay.
Teddy,
And
Teddy,
Madeline
Jack
has a
made
fat
all
L.
of the scenarios.
I did all the
oh,
scenarios.
you're right. You're right. You're right.
You're not
Look.
gonna be able to debunk him.
No, you're right. You're right.
Except for the Madelon 90 points on the field. That's the only one.
You're
that
right.
we
He
didn't
needs
do.
a fat W. No, you're
And that
right.
definitely won't happen.
He needs a fat W.
You're right.
Yes, I'm right. Math
I
doesn't lie.
apologize.
Okay, next. Ovi, this is supposed to say Ovi. Ovi clinches playoffs with either a fat W or he trades me CEH.
Why do you want this guy?
I need someone, man. I don't know.
Jack,
make a
I'll give you
trade.
Saquon, and you haven't responded back to me. So
Because
that's
you're
on-
asking for too much, man.
we
Yeah,
didn't
let me guess,
discuss
let me guess.
anything.
Let me guess what Max wants. He wants Deshaun Watson and your next 4 first-round picks.
He probably
No,
does, but we didn't talk about
We
that.
didn't talk about any trade. All I
You want
said,
David Montgomery in a first.
David Montgomery.
no.
Yes, you do.
What team is
Oh,
Saquon
Teddy.
even going to be on next year? He's not going to be on the Giants.
Yeah,
Teddy,
well,
also you missed a very important thing. If you look at Jack and then Jack moves to his left, then Fitz joins our Steve Aoki picture.
Sick.
Jack, please do it
Yeah, I
for
did
the
it.
crowd.
You
Teddy,
see
are you looking?
Yeah.
it? Okay, very nice.
Dick, are you filling up gas? Nice.
Okay, guys, we're running out of time on the Zoom meeting. So
So
we're
let's
gonna
finish all
continue.
the scenarios.
So there's only 2 more scenarios. Well, we did all the scenarios. Now we're doing the other things.
Wait, doesn't the
um,
media budget pay for the Zoom? All right, just keep going.
You want it to? No, it's not going to pay for Zoom. This is the only time I'm using Zoom. And I'll probably do Zoom for the lottery also. We'll do that like next week. I'll make a whole PowerPoint and there's not going to be any fat W's. There will be nice graphics. Okay, Mash clinches playoffs with either a fat W or a Ted L or a Mars Madelon L and he outscores Madelon by 90. That's actually wrong. It's the other way around. Or he scores either 50 more points than Ted. So or he scores more than Ted plus 50 points. No, he plus 50 points is more than Ted. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Ted minus.
It's more than Ted minus 50. Yes. So no matter what, if he loses and all the people lose, if you still outscore Ted minus 50, then you should be in. So the plus 50 means Mars has the advantage. And over there, plus 90 is, what's it called? Madelon
Had Madelon get an extra T in his name.
Matt. He's Matty No Ice. That's his nickname.
Okay.
Okay, next. Teddy clinches playoffs. All these things now have to happen, okay? He needs a fat W and a Mars Asher L. And a Mars Asher needs to score 50 points less than him. And Mars Madelon needs to lose. And you score 40 points more than Madelon. Because right now Madelon has more wins than you.
No, you're wrong.
I'm not, am I wrong?
No,
You're
Madeline
wrong.
there by
I
40
just
points.
I need a win, and I need Madelon to lose.
No.
Teddy has points over Madeline by
Teddy
40.
has-
Look. Let's
Teddy
say
has the 40 over
Madelon,
Madelon.
Madelon loses and you win.
I
Yes.
win, and Madelon loses, and I'm in.
If Teddy wins and Madelon loses, you're still not in because Madelon
Yes, I
Madelon has the 90-point field thing.
No,
Madeline
I have
has
more
40
points.
points. Yeah,
I-
Madeline has to outscore you by 40 and lose, and you have to win, which is another basically
I
impossible.
have 40
scenario.
points more than Madelon, Jack.
He can still outscore you.
By 40?
It could happen. I left all the chips on the table, man.
You'd
Okay,
have to put up like 120 and win, and he'd have to put up like 160, 170 and lose.
The point is, your scenario is wrong.
No, it's not wrong.
No. Go back to that last slide. The one with Teddy, Fat W, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't need Mash to lose, and I don't need to score more than Madelon by 4. I think I already have that.
No, it's the opposite. I think you need Ovi to lose. That's what I meant.
I don't need Ovi to lose.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
If Ovi wins, he has more points and
Yeah, he
better
has more
record.
points than you, and then Mars already has more points than you. So if you think Madelon can't score 40, then Mars definitely can't score 50. My ass.
I'm
okay?
not passing Mash. I could pat if
So
I
there you
need
go.
a win. I
No,
need a
look
win,
at this scenario.
Jack. I
You're
need a
not in.
win, and if I win and Ovi loses or Madelon lose, I'm in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what is written here somehow.
That is what's written there.
No,
Kind
you
of.
didn't write anything about an Ovi loss. You could take
Yeah,
Mash out. 'cause
yeah, that's probably a typo.
You could take Mash out.
Mash is
Instead of
always the same matchup.
Mesh L, it should be OVL.
But I think it's because it's an and.
It should be ors here.
It should be an or. There should be an or somewhere.
There should be a couple ors and a couple ands.
Yes. It's not
Okay,
easy to
let's
do
move on.
the scenarios.
No, I
Okay,
agree. You're doing a great job so
Just
far.
one of them has to happen. And then
Oh, right.
Is there a scenario where Mash and Avi don't make it?
No.
no,
Why are you trying to win
they're
now?
playing each other.
That would have been nice.
They're playing each other, so one of them has to make it.
Is there a
Or
scenario?
they can
where
both make
Victor-
it. Here, over here, they both make it.
Is there a scenario where Victor doesn't have to fill up gas?
I
hate
think that's scenario 31.
What?
Okay,
Love
let's
the
move on.
scenario page.
To all the scenarios? Yeah. You could
Yeah.
pause it and zoom in later.
Yeah, we can do that.
By the way, this tie that Lawrence and Max had ended up being crazy.
It's ridiculous.
It actually made it easier.
Uh,
I don't have to count the points for them. Like, just assume they have like infinite points.
yeah, that's why it's
Or
good.
0.
It doesn't count as a loss, but it sucks because it doesn't count as a win.
It's basically a win. It's a tiebreak. That's what it is.
Not because if I would have
But then
won
it comes
that
to
game,
points, and you only have 1,600 points anyway. So if you had one more point in that matchup, you're less likely to make playoffs.
What?
No.
Yeah, I mean,
I have
one
to
less
win.
point.
no,
No,
because I have
yeah.
the win.
Oh, you got the win. Yeah, okay. But Darren Waller had to make a catch in OT, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, that's what,
Anyway, let's move on.
never mind.
Move on. That's it. We're done. Khalas.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Thank you,
Just fix
Jack.
my
Great
playoff
job.
scenarios.
I don't think there
What?
was a slide where Madelon clinches playoffs, but
No, there wasn't. There is a situation. I forgot to put the slide in.
No, so it's definitely not going to happen.
We could talk about it. It's I think Madelon, if he wins,
He's in.
or he outscores Teddy and Morris.
Yeah. If he wins, he's in.
Basically.
But there's other scenarios where he doesn't have to win and he's in. So
Yeah, if Max and Mash win, basically, if the playoff picture stays the same right now.
Vic,
I think
you
it's if
better win
Ovi
this week.
loses. If Ovi loses,
That's
Morris
what I
Malin
just
makes
said.
it also.
Mash and Max win.
Vic, you better freaking win this week.
I win every week, bro. Except
Obviously don't because you're not in the top 2.
No, those don't count, Jack.
Okay.
my losses don't count. It's because Derrick Henry was hurt.
Okay.
Vic wins every week that he wins.
He's
Me too.
100. He has
Crazy.
1,000 winning percentage in the weeks that he doesn't lose.
That's unbelievable.
But Max and Lawrence don't. That's the thing.
Right.
Vic, you can't put Zoom on the Tesla screen. Well, I gotta look at
I'm
your
not
chin.
driving the Tesla right now. My sister
Jack,
has
you
it.
filled
so-
up gas.
Oh yeah, good call. All right.
Honestly, driving this is pretty AIDS.
Is
Where'd
Victor in the
ours go?
Steve Aoki picture?
When's the trophy reveal? I'm pumped for that.
Whatever Mesh wants. Video's ready.
Vic, if you want, it's in my
Um,
house right now.
You've seen it? I want to see it.
I have it.
I think
So let
everyone
me see.
besides you in this chat has seen it.
I
So let
sleep
me
with
see.
it. Vic, I sleep with it.
So let me see it.
No,
What do you mean no? Why is
You have
everyone
to-
else?
you have to
Vic,
win
win
it.
the league and you can see
Jack, I think we could drop the video. What's today? Tuesday?
it. Just
Let's-
send me a
let's
text.
drop it.
It's literally ready to go. If you want
Let's
me to
drop
put it
it,
in a recap, then it's gonna be a whole new thing,
No, let's just drop it like
like a hype
Thursday.
video.
Oh, I thought we're not doing it right. What are we doing a recap this week or next week?
Max left.
I don't
What-
know.
what-
It's whenever Mars sends me a
First of all,
recap.
why am I PPR 11? What's the deal with that?
Okay,
What is that?
PPR. I'll do updated PPR right now. PPR 1 is me.
You have 90 seconds.
PPR 2 is vacant. 3 is vacant.
Well, I thought I was
Forward.
2.
4 we're giving to Jack.
I don't get
What?
these rankings.
5 is vacant.
Hide your camera off. What are you hiding, bro?
5 is vacant through 10. 10 is Victor.
Oh wow.
11. No, and then tied for 10 is also
Goldstein.
tied with Victor is also no, not Goldstein. Tied with Victor is gonna be
Henry.
Goldstein.
Kurtz.
Shamo.
Goldstein. And then tied for then 11th there's like a lot of ties. 11th is
45
like
seconds.
11th is everyone but Teddy. Teddy's gonna be 12th, and then Taub and Danny are 13th. Henry and Shama 14th.
These rankings don't make sense. Why
they
are
do.
we above
They-
10?
Because the other spots are vacant. You have to earn them.
I don't get how that even makes sense.
It makes plenty of sense. Like Jack earned the four spot. 2 and 3 are still vacant. He could
Peace.
earn the 2 spot.
Is he talking about PPR?
Yeah, maybe I'll make a PPR scenarios video.
I'm down. How would I lose my spot though?